What is up, everyone? Thanks for joining us for episode 108 of the Game Cast. I am one of your hosts, Kenny, and with me is Tess.
Hello, everybody.
And today we have a special guest, our homegirl B, aka the Nostalgia Queen, aka Snow Black. Yo, Snow Black is fire.
It really is.
Before we go further, I was like, Snow Black, okay, I see you. I see you out here
She
in these
read my
internet
mind.
streets.
Yes, I came with the earrings too, with the little the poison apple earrings. You know what I'm saying? I gotta
Fire.
represent.
See, her
Yes.
branding. See, we need to do that with our brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we working
you know what I
on
mean?
that.
Yeah, we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
I love it.
But yeah, we have a dope show for you today. But before we get into all that, we wanted to have B kind of, share herself, her brand, and the things that she's been doing. Because what's interesting is I found out about you through Tess. Tess was like, "Hey, can we be on your podcast?" And I was like, "Wait, who you inviting? Like, wait a minute, like
I'm just
who
saying.
all gonna be over there? Who all gonna be over there? Like
some
for
black
real,
girls
you know
making
what I'm saying?
magic.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, "Oh, no, who this?" So then I clicked on the links and I watched some of your content and I was like, "Oh, she's funny. She is funny." I felt the way with the Transformer slander. We ain't gonna get into that.
Oh, we got time tonight.
But I was like, she is dope. She is dope. So I'm so glad that you were able to join us today, and we will definitely be gracing your platform when we can. But while you're here, let everybody know what you do and all your YouTubeables and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I am honored to be here in a place to be. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm not nobody important. Don't let them hype me up. But since y'all hyping me, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Bianca B. Givner, aka the Nostalgia Queen, aka Snow Black. And that's with 2 C's because I'm cute, but I will cut you. AKA Stephen Basement, because I'm here to debate all things Nickelodeon, 90s, Disney, Cartoon Network, anime, throwback, you name it. And we talk about it here and we talk about it in the Pretty Nerd Time Machine, which is my podcast. I'm super excited to finally have gotten it started. I am right now in the 2nd season, which I'm calling the Anna phase. And this is where I'm watching anime that you all probably have seen already, but it is my very first time. So I'm going through and reviewing It's a Lituation in the Situation.
Hey, you
so
better
we're currently
talk.
Oh yeah, I love it. I'm gonna talk that talk and walk that walk. Bling blow burr. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm like, I seen y'all. Y'all was like, "What's up with it?" I'm like, "What's up with it?" I love it. I love it. So thank y'all so much. It is really I already know this is not gonna be the last time we do this.
No,
I'm already excited.
Facts.
Y'all are stuck with me. It's up. Let's get it. I'm so happy to be here.
That's what's up, and we will have all of her information below. You know what I'm saying, so you can go follow and all that good stuff. And yeah, we have, like I said, we have a dope show for you today. Mostly talking about some 90s stuff. Me and Tess are 80s babies, but we were around in the 90s, you dig? And so we wanted to talk about a couple of different things. One of the things we wanted to talk about was family-based Nickelodeon shows. I've always wanted to be on one of these because I felt like I could do it. And I know it's not that easy. Like, I was wondering, like, how do they get these families for Double Dare, right? Like, I'm like, y'all be slipping and sliding. I know y'all not athletic like that. Like, what is happening? But then on the flip side, they be having helmets, you know what I'm saying? Accidents be happening. I'm sure they signed a waiver, you dig? So I'm like, it can't be that easy. But I swear, I'm like, the flag is right there. Just stick your hand out and grab the flag. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I always wanted to be on Double Dare.
Yes.
And Guts. When Guts was on, I wanted the piece of the rock. Like the Astro Crag. There you go. I wanted one of those. And I was like, how do you do that? Do you just have to live in Hollywood? Like, do they fly people out?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I always wondered that.
Question. Like, see me, I was more of a Legends of the Hidden Temple. I wanted to be on that bed. Because first of all, I used to be so mad. I'm like, how are y'all not putting this monkey together? Y'all see it every week. It's 3 pieces.
Yeah.
And I found out, y'all, they let them run the course by themselves, like before they tape it. They let them practice.
Oh, word?
How you get. So I'm like, now I'm really mad. I'm like, how you miss a trip to space camp because you want to be incompetent? Listen, I'm telling you right now, I don't know how they pick these people, but I'm telling you, if my mother had flew my black ass all the way from Michigan down to Orlando Studios, Florida. I get down there and lose in the first round after she didn't have to pay flights, hotel, summer clothes, all that type of stuff. She would have killed me. I would have won, no doubt, because I'm more afraid of my mama than them Temple guards.
See?
Period.
See?
Okay. So I never understood that. I think you just had to write in or call in, or I don't know. It was the 90s, but that Legends of the Hidden Temple was my stuff. And all this stuff, y'all, it's on Paramount Plus right now. All of it.
Yes.
Gut,
Yes.
I think I get
Gut.
Paramount Plus for free.
I'm telling you. See? Get into it. Listen, I almost cried. I had to make a video for Twitter. I was like, y'all, I said, get y'all's behinds on Paramount Plus. They have all of it. Everything. Salute Your Shorts. Double Dare
Yes.
2000, which was like
Double
two
Dare.
different things. Double Dare was definitely the one as well. I wanted to be on that so bad. Because
That
how
was
are
the show.
y'all
I
not
always felt the
getting the
way-
flag out the pie?
Right? Like somebody, like fam, like the one that kills me is when they get to the end of the obstacle course and they go through, I guess like there's a chute that goes through the nose.
Yeah.
The flag is right. It's never moved.
Yeah.
Mind you, it is always right there.
It's
And
right
it's like,
there.
if you don't stand look,
Oh my
don't make me come
God.
through this TV.
I'm
Stand up.
telling you.
Just
I
stand
don't
up.
Grab
get
the
it.
flag.
I think what was funny, my favorite part though would be like the little prizes that you would get. Like if you lose, like on like Legends of the Temple, they'll be like, oh, it's okay. You won't go home empty handed. Tell them what they won. A week supply of, I don't know, quick squeeze. I'm like, what is this? Or like a week supply of like ring pops. I'm like, my mother would have killed me. I get down there, Skechers, it's the yes. You get a pair of shoes and a trip home. Chill. My mom would have been mad.
Bruh. And then or they'll give you like, this is the take home version. Like I don't want to practice this.
Right.
So I can constantly
Yes.
remind myself that I lost in the first round. Like
Exactly.
who playing
That's the
with me?
punishment. That's the literal
Fam,
punishment. They're
can you
like,
see people-
why don't you go home with this so that you
Oh,
remember
you-
forever?
God.
Right? Can you see people clowning you? Like, why would I want to? You gonna lose in the first round? Why I'm gonna play with
Forever.
you? Like,
Imagine
why are we doing that?
Like, and then it's gonna follow you forever. Imagine you 35 on Twitter, like, ain't this you losing?
Yeah.
On-
Right.
on Double
This
Dare?
you?
Right there.
This you?
This zoom in, ain't this you? I know you ain't talking. My
The
God.
first round, though. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Have the
Jesus.
I
nerve to
always
talk
wanna do
trash
that.
about Squid Game, right? And then they'll be like, no, but this you?
You would have made it. Yeah, you couldn't even get across the moat. Have a
Oh,
You
so
outta
many
here.
deaths. So many deaths. Like, bruh.
seat. Jesus Christ.
I also
Yeah.
want to be on what is it, Nick Arcade, because it
Yeah.
looked like
Ooh,
it
that was
was like they
fun.
were putting them into the game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was
yeah.
before the Matrix and all that. And
Mhm.
in my
Was
head, I
it
was just
though?
like Tron. It was.
Just
But, like,
saying.
I mean, it reminded me of Tron, kind of, but like,
Yeah, a
like
little
low
bit.
tech Tron, like not cool
Mhm.
Tron.
Like
And I was like,
Dietron.
yo, that would be
So
fire. Like,
Dietron.
Yeah.
because going to the arcade was like a big thing
Yeah,
back
it was.
then.
Yeah.
So like being
yeah.
actually in the game, I was like, oh, that's dope. I always
That
wanted to know
looks
how
so
did
cool.
they do that. Was it just a bunch of flashing lights? Because they didn't.
Mm,
It was kind of like watching like the Weatherman. Like they were like smacking
Yeah, it was
stuff
like a green screen.
left and right. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
yeah.
And I always wanted to figure out. I just wanted to be a part of it in some fashion
Yeah.
because when you see it, because I know like older people want to be on Jeopardy. They wanted to win money. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
right.
win whatever the, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
like
trying
the,
to get slime.
the
I'm trying
toys,
to
you know
go
what I'm
meet
saying?
Kel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And I was talking about this on one of my episodes. Like, they don't make game shows for kids anymore. Like, there's
Right.
none of that. There's
Mm-mm.
no, what was that? Wild and Crazy Kids. There's none
Yes.
of that type of stuff. And now it's just, I don't even know what the kids watch. They just be too busy on YouTube watching other kids play with stuff outside,
That's
which I
true.
think is bonkers. But but I'm like, they need to bring stuff back like that. Like, I'm trying to see kids get scared. Bring that type of stuff back. Bring it. Put more temple guards in there. Let these kids
Yes.
exercise. Make these
Yeah.
kids go outside. Because remember Nickelodeon for a little bit. There was a day TV was off. It go outside one day to play, and they would
Right.
send our big behinds outside. And outside was the Nick Arcade for today.
It was.
Facts.
Now
Good
kids
Now-
are like, hey, go outside. What's outside? We don't have that game. What's
Oh,
outside?
gosh.
Dog,
Absolutely not.
I think the closest they have now, at least that I can think of, is the Netflix show The Floor is Lava, which is
Yeah.
just not
yeah.
that great to me. You know what
It's
it is?
not. It's cheesy.
What makes it bad is the fact that they try to combine like a reality show, like the Road Rules type stuff,
Mhm,
with
mhm.
a family show, and it's like this feels too scripted to be a show,
yeah.
but not good enough to be a reality show. So it's just like in
Yeah.
between. and
I hate that.
I couldn't get through the first episode. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
Man, I watched
annoying.
I watched the whole season in half of the second, and mind you,
Why?
I hated every second of it. But I was just watching.
You just couldn't stop.
I don't
You
know
just couldn't
what
stop.
was. I couldn't. It was just on, and then it was just episode after episode, and I'd be like, man, these people. And then I was like,
Terrible.
maybe.
You're just torturing yourself. Why?
Sometimes I really do that, but we've established I'm with the ADHD I have hyper focus, and
I get it.
The fixation.
So it's like driving by and you see a car accident, you kind of like,
you got a rubberneck.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at
make
it.
sure everybody cool. I'll be praying. I'll be like, Lord, I'm like, Lord, please let them go. Okay, everybody walking cool. Cause I'm like, if I got to stop and pray, then I will. I'll be like, Lord, I thank you. It wasn't me, God. You so merciful, but I'm gonna look. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, I get it. I'm the
Oh my
same way, bro. I
goodness.
got to see what's going on. Yeah.
Goodness. Speaking of seeing what's going on, they're making a new Goosebumps show. I'm actually going to be reviewing that pretty soon, and that made me want to think of looking at these type of shows back in the day, because like adults had like Tales from the Crypt and all that stuff, and we had Are You Afraid of the Dark, which was my show. As a horror fan, that was my show.
That was your show.
And so I wanted to ask you guys, which one was better to you? Are You Afraid of the Dark or the Goosebumps show?
I'm gonna tell you right now. See, now, if you know anything about my mother was saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. She was a pastor, and anything that wasn't rated G, she'd be like, G's for God. So that was it. I couldn't even listen to no secular music, none of that. Like B2K when it came out, she's like, unless it's stand for Back to the Kingdom, you ain't going. So I swear to God, she cut all that shit. She cut it all off. So I would have to kind of sneak and try to peek, and so I couldn't even tell you, because if my mom heard the little turn it off. So like it was this the same woman who heard the theme song of Speed Racer, and it said he's a demon and he's a demon, turn it off. So God. I'm like, okay, but it's just crazy, because I'm like, oh, but we can listen to Speed Demon by Michael Jackson, but anyway, I ain't finna argue with sisters. So I really don't have. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. I didn't get to experience it, which is crazy, because now as an adult, horror is my favorite genre. Oh, I didn't seen it all. And I'm like, listen, if it ain't The Conjuring good, if it ain't The Haunted of Hill House good, don't even bother. Don't nothing scare me no more. So I don't know. I can't tell you. What about you, Tessie Gorgeous?
She's so silly. I told Kenny about this before, because there was a point in time in my childhood where we had cable, and then there was a point in time where we didn't, and it was a very, very, very short time when we had it. So what I remember, I saw probably Are You Afraid of the Dark a couple of times, and I liked that more than Goosebumps. I don't know what it was with me, but I never could get into Goosebumps like that. I just, even the books, like all the kids were reading the books. All of them. And I was in the library getting Mary Downing Hahn. They were getting Goosebumps. I was reading, I literally was reading, one of Mary Downing Hahn's books is very, very, very horror adjacent.
Yes.
And so I remember I'm reading that, or I was reading Christopher Pike. And, reading about, some girl who decided that she was going to slit her wrist, and then has an entire dream sequence about being alive and meeting crazy people on the way. And I'm
Beautiful.
like, I was reading that, and the other kids were reading Goosebumps.
Nice.
Yeah, you were ahead of the class. Class.
I just wasn't in the same class. It was just somewhere else.
You were somewhere
different school.
Somewhere La La Land. Somewhere the Miss Frizzle on somebody's magic school bus.
Oh,
yes. I don't know. See, I didn't get to see Goosebumps, but the books, I would sneak this. I used to love a little Choose Your Scare. Oh, I used to love them books. So everyone, it was book fair time, I would get all the books my mom allowed, but I would sneak. I'm like, I got an extra $2. I got to grab this one with the mask on, this to the Choose Your Scare. I would never make it through, because I was always like, oh, I got to check and see what's wrong. I'm like, yeah, you got smashed by the monster. I'm like, so I quit reading them, because I'm like, I'm just a slow ski. Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what about because Goosebumps was up there. And I think that Fear Street. I think Fear Street was up there for me.
Fear Street.
And then I got, what is it? It's a famous book, children's book that's horror based. uh Things Done in the Dark or something like that.
Oh, my
What is
goofy
it
self
called? They
talking
made a
about
Yeah.
movie
some.
about it recently. Stories to Tell in
You're
the Dark or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Scary
yeah.
stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
I read
Yes.
all of
Yeah.
them
Yes.
books. I didn't get to see the
Yes.
show. Have you seen the show
I
on
I didn't
have.
see
Netflix?
it.
I saw it, and or actually, I saw the film, and
Mm.
it's one of those things where like my younger self would appreciate it more than my older
Yeah.
self.
Mm-hmm,
My older
mm-hmm.
self is sophisticated enough to see that some things might not be working here or
Yeah.
there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think as a whole, I think they did a good job of incorporating. Let me not nerd out. It's decent. Definitely
Yeah.
go check. go, go,
Because
I
we
was
can go
listening. I'm
there.
hanging on every word. I'm like, tear them up, tear them up. Yeah.
I was put my critic hat on real quick. But
Right,
no, I
right.
think in terms of like I guess a kid getting into it, like you don't want things too scary. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they don't do a good job of that because there are
Mm-hmm.
parts where there's a part where one of the books a girl has she gets attacked by spiders, like they come out of her face.
Yeah, that was my favorite story. Oh, because it was her. It was like the little. Her hair was in like a bun, a
Yes.
beehive, and she's like, "Why is
Yes.
my hair hurting?" Spiders. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And so that scene, I'm like, my girls would not. Nope, it
Yeah,
would not work
no.
out. It would not work
No.
out. But the
Mm-hmm.
other scenes were so tame that it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I think the tone isn't really. They go back and forth on the tone, and so it makes it hard
Mhm.
for a parent to watch it, and then a kid it might be a little too scary.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
beyond that, I think it's decent. I think they did a good job.
Mhm.
The Goosebumps show used to be dope because it was like being able to see what was happening in the books in real time was pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
for me, it was just the covers. Like the covers was amazing to me.
Yeah,
The different
the
slime
embossed.
or whatever.
They were
Yes.
so frightening. Like just the picking up the cover of the book, I felt like I'm like, if my mama see this, I'm going to hell. Like it was so scary. I'm like, the devil drew this. Like it was absolutely frightening.
Your mom
But
and
yeah.
my mom would have been besties.
Listen,
Oh.
My
I
mom
could
didn't let
already
us
tell.
celebrate Halloween, so
Can I tell y'all a story real quick?
Yes.
Word,
Short
word.
story about that. So I loved the idea of Halloween. I'm like, wow, I can dress up, I can be the Pink Ranger, I can be whoever, and I
Anyone.
get candy. Hooray. That's my mind. My mom was like, it's the devil, it's
the
demonic,
devil.
and you ain't going. So that was my mom. So at my school, they would do Halloween real big and they would let them trick or treat through the school. And then because it's the 90s, everyone knew each other in the whole neighborhood. So they would trick or treat in the whole neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I would sit in my window and watch my friends. She'd be like, make sure my porch light is off unless they want a Bible. So I would sit and watch. They'd be like, hi, Bianca. And so one year I was fed up. I said, you know what? That's it. I said, how come I can't trick or treat? It's not fair. My mama said, okay. She said, you know what? I'm going to let you trick or treat. She said, I'm going to let you trick and treat it up. She's like, you can be whatever you want. We'll take you door to door. I was like, yes. She said, but you won't get nothing for Christmas. I said, wait, hold up. I said, now. I said, wait a minute. And she's like, you won't get a gosh darn dime. I said, okay. I said, can I think about it for a second? She said, take all the time you need. And I thought about it and I was just like, I can't give up the clean socks and drawers. I can't give up the new Barbies. I said, yeah. So I sat and watched my friends trick or treat, and we could only go to like Hallelujah night and stuff, and you could only be one thing, Moses or an angel, and we all look the same because we all got sheets and stuff, just looking stupid. So yeah, my mom didn't let us trick or treat either. So now I be turning it up with my son. We trick and treat, and my whole neighborhood. It is spooky, scary skeletons, and I have me a good ball. Thanks for this TED Talk.
Yes. That's
I
fine.
love it. I love it.
She can't pass up the good draws. I feel you.
That was
Yeah.
very, very. Your mom said,
yeah.
That was for me. My parents were mostly the music. Like which is interesting because my dad had like for instance, the first records I listened to outside of like jazz, blues, that sort of thing was hip hop. Like he had LL's first album. That's like my introduction into hip hop or whatever. But like as far as me buying my own music, they weren't like that. But in terms of trick or treating, because they're horror fans, they're like, yes, you could do whatever. Like, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
I love that.
Which is funny because like you're saying, you're letting your child trick or treat now. My kids don't trick or treat.
Oh,
Because like me and excuse me, part of it is I don't be trusting folks nowadays.
yeah.
yeah.
People be doing a lot of crazy stuff, and
I agree.
granted, it was similarly to like the 90s and 80s, because you would hear about kidnappings and things like that, but
Yeah.
growing up in it, you didn't really, it was like the parents worried about that. You didn't really worry
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
being a parent myself, now
Mm-hmm.
it's on my mind, like, what are they putting in the candy? Like, you know what? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
buy you some candy.
Mhm.
Here you go. We can
Yeah,
dress up
yeah,
here and I'm
Yeah.
gonna
yeah.
just throw you some candy and we
Mm-hmm.
we good. And
You're not
so
tripping.
it,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny that life kind of works out that way, because
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love Halloween and
Me too.
everything's
It's my
scary.
favorite.
And I'm like, I gotta ease them in. I actually felt,
Mm-hmm.
so here's a funny story. My oldest daughter, she had been wanting to kind of get into horror a little bit. And I was like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, cool. I got the perfect movie. So I got the movie Monster House.
Mm.
And it's basically like the Goonies, but like,
Yeah.
2000s or
Turned up.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this would be dope. I'm going to get some pizza. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch it. And I came home and I saw like the credits of the film. And I was like, um, what's going on? And my wife was like, "Oh, she said she had wanted to see it, and I thought it'd be a good movie for her to watch." And so I just kind of, and I was like,
Oh.
"So you just gonna like?" And I'm like, and I'm talking to her. I'm like, "So you didn't even hear the part what I said, like that we was going? So you just okay? All right, I got y'all
Oh,
both.
I
I got don't
bet.
even right. I got you. I got you. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. When
see,
you turn 16, you want that car? I'm gonna remember this too.
I was like, oh no.
Right,
Oh, now you need a
right.
car from somebody you watch Monster House without. Okay,
Ask your mama for that car.
okay. See, my son, I let him kind of dibble and dabble because I want him to know there's nothing to be scared of. I'm like, all this is fake. This is not real. Skeletons can't
Yeah.
come grab you. Ain't no such thing as ghosts, goblins, none of this stuff. And so last year, I think it was it was an Eddie Murphy movie. It was some little Halloween like family movie that came out, and it actually ended up being really good and really funny. So where all the Halloween decorations were coming to life, and I can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
That was
You know what I'm
cool.
talking
it's
about?
the Marlon Wayans
Yes, Marlon
movie.
Wayans.
Yes.
So I was like, this is first. I'm like, let's see what it's about. And he did good. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, I want him to be able to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm like, all right, when you 10, I'm like, because the
Oh
visuals is a
yeah.
little creepy.
Yeah.
I'm like, but once you hit it, so easing him into it, he really enjoys it. And around here in my neighborhood, I think the one thing that did make me kind of bend on trick or treating because my neighborhood is just like the 90s. I mean, it's cul-de-sac. Everybody knows everybody. Hey, all the kids are over here. We'll feed them this. Hey, da 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 da. Everybody watch
Yeah.
everybody's back, and they take all the kids and they put them. There's somebody who has like a hayride, and he tack it to the back of his truck.
Nice.
He put
Nice.
chairs on the back for the adults. We drink on the back, and the kids they get on the hay, and they take them door to door through the whole neighborhood. And then like 2 or 3 people are designated, like they have like they stop and have meals and stuff. So they're like, all right, this person is like the
Okay.
potty stop. All right, everybody
Yeah.
better get out, go potty. We go here. This person, they outside grilling. Y'all want hot dogs, shit, burger, whatever. This side,
Nice.
they connect like 3 of the houses and they make a big like haunted house maze that they go through. And it's real cute. And I think that's why I kind of feel a little comfortable. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm like, you going to church to get your little trick or treat on, and that's it. Just say praise the Lord and just come on. But it's the same thing because I'm like, all right, it's already prayed over. But I
Shoot,
definitely feel it though.
shoot, how far away from VA are you? Because
A
that sound
long
dope.
way.
That sound dope.
It's lit. It's lit.
But
Good.
that's funny though. That's
Mhm.
the movie you were talking about was The Curse of Bridge Hollow.
Yes.
I reviewed
Yes.
that movie,
Oh,
and
you
yes,
It
did.
it
was
is
good.
definitely good. It's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Good.
Solid movie. It was on Netflix. It came out on Netflix.
Yep. You right. You right.
Tess, were you allowed to trick or treat?
No, I ain't going. I went trick or treating twice. I legit, and I mean, like, I can say it now because I'm grown and my mom can't spank me. But the
Right.
first time we went, so the only times I went trick or treating was because my parents weren't home. It was sometimes Halloween would fall on that one day that my mom was at work. She wasn't at work one day. My mom worked like 5 jobs, but
Yeah.
like most of the time, Halloween fell when she was home already. So there was no way we could go anywhere. And this just happened to be one of the nights when so she was gone. She was either working and maybe my dad was in Ghana. Like honestly, I don't know how the both of them happened to not be at home, or my dad was just doing my dad stuff, which could have been at the racetrack. I don't know. The racetrack done closed like 3 years prior to that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But he wasn't home. He wasn't home. So my sister said, hey, mommy and daddy aren't home. You want to go trick or treating? I was like, what? And I'm 12. Okay. And I'm like, This is the first time in my life that I'm going trick or treating.
You had a ball, didn't you?
Look, we went across the street to her best friend's house, and they were like, "Okay, so what are we gonna be?" Right? I don't remember what my sister and Tina dressed up as, but I remember they this is really bad, but I was like, I was a hooker. Okay,
Wait.
I'm not even joking.
Pause. Time out.
Oh,
At 12, my G. At 12.
At 12.
You couldn't. My Little Pony. Nothing. Just
Nothing.
we went straight from
we went from being 12 to being a streetwalker.
Straight. Okay. All right.
So here, let me just explain it so it doesn't sound so bad.
So bad.
All we had, I mean, when I was 12 and I'm a really skinny kid, I didn't fit nobody else's clothes, like for real.
Yeah.
So I had on like a skirt that I would have worn to church or schools, just a black skirt. I think I had some black stockings and like a black shirt. Like I wasn't, this was the funniest thing. The funniest thing is that you the idea of a hooker or a prostitute in a suburban child's mind is not really what a real streetwalker is.
You was dressed like a pair of stockings, girl. I
literally had on I was dressed in all black, and I had on a shirt and a skirt and stockings and heels, like not like heels. You have 12, like shoes that I can fit. You know, like my own shoes. You think my mom is buying me 4-inch or 6-inch plastic stilettos? No, I was wearing this is honestly clothes that I could have worn to church in a different combination. Okay. And then I had a spider ring that my friend had given me, my sister's best friend. She had given me a spider ring, and they put makeup on me. So the makeup is what made me the prostitute. The makeup.
So you were out here trying to be Pretty Woman. Is that what you was doing?
I was literally like Pretty Woman, fully clothed. There is photographic evidence of this somewhere. It's not like I'm wearing no clothes. I'm literally fully clothed.
That makes it even funnier. So you're dressed as a church girl. It's like, I want to be a hoe, but I'm not dressed like it.
Thank you. the adults in the situation, which were the people who were 3.5 years older than me, okay? If I'm 12, okay, you got the 15-year-olds.
They're the grown-ups.
They're the grown-ups. And they are the ones who are like, ooh, in their minds, this is a prostitute.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
Security.
So you can blame them. And and the funniest thing is, it's the first time I went trick-or-treating, and then I was so happy, and we had so much fun, and we got all this candy, and we hid it under the bed so my mom wouldn't find it. It's not like my mom doesn't go under the bed. But then when I go to school, because every year after Halloween, the teachers always ask, like in every class, what were you for Halloween?
Oh,
I
snap.
never get to respond. I'm like, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. That's it. That's every year for me. And then this year, I'm like, I was a prostitute.
Yes.
In my English class with Mr. Schloback. And he said that's not that, like, look seriously. He's like, Theresa, that's not
okay.
That's not funny. That's not. I'm like, no, but I was. That's not. And here, I was. And I had a spider ring. And you see, this is why you teach your kids things, so they don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. But that's kids. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I understand like the sex talk and like don't do drugs talk. I don't know when the prostitute talk's supposed to come in. I don't really know. That's not in the book. Like, I don't like. Is that 15? Is that like, when do we have that talk so we don't have this happen? Like,
I do not know, and I don't know why this was a thing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where the ideas came from, and these I can't necessarily remember. But it's just like, okay, when your older sister and her best friend are like, okay, well, we got to put something on you, and you have nothing, and it's like, well, what do you want to be? I don't know. Well, let's put some makeup on you and this, and well, you're a prostitute.
I love that so much. I cannot wait till you're telling your grandkids this story, and they're like, what's that prophet? Yes. Thank you, Farmer Brown.
A girl who works hard for her money.
Yes.
Okay.
So, That was number one. And then the second time I went trick or treating was I was Trudy Chase. So
Nice.
my sister was like, "Hey, you know what? Let's do this." Because again, we have nothing in our home. We don't have anything. So she takes a big white shirt. And again, I was a really skinny kid. And you know, I don't know if it was like one of our rags or smocks that we like used for cleaning and stuff, but she takes this really, really big white shirt, puts it on me backwards, ties my arms around, and it's basically makes it a straight jacket. So I have no arms the entire time we are trick or treating. I have no arms.
I am
in a straight jacket, and our trick or treat bag is pillowcases. That's all we have. Pillowcase.
Yep.
And she stuffs it like in my arms,
so that way you can hold it. And
and then then I had like lipstick all over my face because I was apparently crazy Trudy Chase. And we go to this one house. I don't remember the entire time, obviously, but I remember we go to this one house. Either it happened at the house or it happened while we were walking. And this one lady who's with her children, she says to me, she goes, "That's how I feel every time I come home from work."
And she meant that. I'm telling you, she meant that. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
But when I would when we were trick-or-treating, I'm just all like, I had to play the role and I just had to have this crazy smile on my face the whole time. And then they were just like, they'll just put the candy in her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
don't ask questions. See, I love it.
You know,
I love it. See,
I
love it. Spooky season is the point. I love it. See, when I Halloween costume, I try to think of things that nobody else is thinking of, but everybody's going to immediately know and everyone's going to immediately love. Like, my favorite Halloween costume I've ever been was Marlon Wayne's The Beginning of White Chicks. That's my favorite thing I've ever done. I've done that. I've done Space Ghost. I've done, like, I like to take certain parts, like iconic parts of cartoons. And like, there's the one where Helga on Hey Arnold, she was trying to dress like an adult at Rhonda's party, and she looked crazy.
Gosh.
I did that. Like, I did Animaniacs. So this year I'm coming with some heat. I'm so excited. Can't wait. I was going to do Mighty Max, but I'm like, nah, that's going to be too much. I don't want to hurt them. So yeah, I got some real good bangers. You guys are going to have a good time watching me cosplay this year. I'm excited.
Dog. That's what's up. I remember my dad was a little too enthused by Halloween, and because the costumes we would buy like we bought a Jason's mask and or Friday the 13th. I call it, it's a hockey mask is what it is, but Friday the 13th. And so what he did was, to make it scarier, he took out like sunglasses, he popped the lenses out and put them on the inside and taped them on the inside so you couldn't see my eyes. And like just all this different stuff.
I love
it. And it was dope. I was scaring kids around the way. The thing is though, I couldn't see. like so what's dope about that though is that I'm walking real slow like Jason. Because I can't see. Right. They're thinking that I'm really cosplaying out here. Like I'm really trying to be like I'm in the part. Like, nah, fam, I just can't see nothing. So I have like this fake hatchet or whatever, and I'm just like kind of like doing like this. And you can hear kids just running across.
They're screaming.
I love that so bad.
Can't see my eyes or anything. Like all the costumes, you know, they would have, at least back in the day before they started regulating, like, you know, making sure that their kids could see. They had like these huge holes, you know what I'm saying? So you could see their eyes. Couldn't see nothing. You couldn't see nothing.
I love it.
It was just dead. And like the kids really were freaked out. And it was great. It was amazing. Good times. See, I'm terrible, but good times.
My kid, who is obviously growing up around nostalgic things, like for a while, like his favorite show was Kenan and Kel. He didn't watch all the seasons. Like, oh my goodness, he thought it was so funny. So right now, his favorite movie is a Goofy movie. So this year, he's like, Mom, he's like, I gotta be Powerline. He's like, I want to be Powerline and I want to be Charizard. He's into Pokemon right now too. So whatever. Which the crazy part is every Halloween costume he's always picked always starts with a P, and I don't know why. He was a pumpkin one year. He was Paw Patrol. He was Paw Patrol another year. He wanted to be a police officer. He wanted to be a pirate. I'm like, this is a pattern. So I'm like, there's no way he's going to act for something. He said, I want to be Powerline. I said, all right, bet. So he wanted to be Powerline. Then he's like, but wait, Mom. He's like, but it's so cool when he's trying to Riz. I was like, wait, what's Riz? First of all, I had to look it up. I'm like, what the hell? Like game rub. He's like, but I like when he's trying to Riz Roxanne. He's like, but I want to be Max now. I'm like, but you can be Max as Powerline, like he is in the game. He was like,
facts.
That's so cool. So That's one of his cards. He's gonna be mad, and mommy gonna hook it up. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot wait. And I'll be able to throw him on TikTok because he'll have shades on, so you can see him, but you won't be able to see him. So I think that's really, really cute. I love that for him. Yes, and he thought of it all on
Fire.
his own. I don't pressure him into wearing what
Yeah.
I want him to wear. Like when he was little, I used to do all types of stuff. I let him be Quail Man one year when he was baby, all types of cool
Nice.
stuff. But when he got older, I was like, all right, this year we're gonna be this and that. He was like, but I want to be a pumpkin. I was just like, mama got a reputation. I was like, listen, I'm like, I said, yo, mama and daddy, we being Pam and Jenna the one year my husband now, because my husband's not a nerd, y'all. He is completely opposite, not a nerd whatsoever. So like he be like, babe, like, do I got? So I convinced him one year to be Gina and Martin when Gina got her head stuck in the doggone bed and the head.
Nice.
So I convinced him to do that with me. So I was like, look, mommy and daddy are doing this. Da, da, da. And my son was like, I want to be a cute pumpkin. I was just like,
be a pumpkin.
So I took him. I was like, look, here. Now this is all the adventures that I look. Here goes Spider-Man. Look, here go Cap. You know, mommy love Captain America. I love it. Cap, my favorite for obvious reasons. Praise God. And I'm like, look, you can be what it is. You can do this. And he was like, oh, I want to. There it is, right there. I'm like, yes. I'm thinking he pointing to the Ninja Turtles. There was a pumpkin costume behind a ninja. I said, okay. I ordered one off Amazon, and to see his face light up, y'all.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you got it. I'm going to be the coolest pumpkin. I said, I will never try to make you be something that I want just because I think it's cool. And he was the coolest, cutest pumpkin. Now, mommy was doing her thing. Mommy was going to tear it up. I think that year I was Jorgen Von Strangle from Fairly Odd Parents, something like that. I was, but I was like, I'll let him be a pumpkin. And then, so now he's doing it on his own. I was like, Powerline. Yes, Sensei, we can work it out. There we go. Love to see it.
Shoot, Goofy. Nice. I think Goofy movie is like one of the top Black Disney films that people love.
Yeah,
like,
everybody wants that one.
It is mad up there.
Yes.
So our next topic that we want to talk about is Inuyasha. So I know you just started watching Inuyasha. But Tess is like the biggest fan in the history of anime when it comes to this particular show.
Lies.
So, fam. So I want to know. So I kind of want to know your thoughts going into the anime, and then contrasting that with Tess being the guru that she is of this particular show.
All right, so I'm so happy that you guys are asking me this, because this is literally what my last couple of episodes have been about, because I am reviewing like episodes at a time. So I did like 1 through 5, 5 through 10. So right now I think I'm about 11 episodes in. I'm like, so I'm an enemies to lovers. That's my favorite. Oh, I love it so bad. I'm like, y'all like each other so bad. I'm like, I need y'all to stop. So of course I'm squilling when they figure out, oh, he's like, I'll always protect you. Oh, yes. Protect her, babe. Yes, that's go, babe. Yes. I love it. I like that between them. I'm like, even when she's like, look, I'm trying to tell you, Inuyasha, how the sword works is because you protect. I'm like, but then they get the fight and all this stuff. I think so far, I really like it. I also think, for some reason, I feel like he's going to play in her face. I don't know how Kiki is going to pop back up, but I feel like she's going to. I'm like, and I'm going to be mad as hell. I just have a feeling. So far, my favorite character, I love that Flea, because I'm telling y'all, he will give you all the advice. He'd be like, da-da-da-da, but G.A.M.E, you on your own. Like, I love it so bad. He would say, like, Master Inuyasha, you got to do this, da-da-da. Now, I'm watching it sub, because I like to listen to it in Japanese, because my dad, who was my Koro sensei, he was like, you got to watch it sub, Bianca, because it's just so much better. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So far, long story short, I really am enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up. We just got through the Thunder Brothers part. I'm like, oh, they just took his last little string of hair. Now he body locks in 3 hairs. Oh, it's finna turn up.
He was mad.
I seen all that. I was cracking up, and how his family, I was like, oh, his mom looked like that. Oh, it was really good. So far, I think it's a really good adventure. I'm curious to figure out if they're going to find all these fragment pieces. I doubt it. I feel like they're going to do all this for nothing. It's going to turn into some big ball of shenanigans. It's going to be an infinite loop of what ifs and, oh, it coulda, shoulda, and maybe we should be together. And I just feel like it's going to be a hot mess. It's going to make me mad. And I also feel like Sesshomaru-sama, because that's how you got to say his name. Because he's bad. Sesshomaru. Oh, yeah, yes.
He's bad.
That's
Mhm.
definitely Zeddy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like he gonna pop back up. He ain't go away. I feel like he's gonna be a pretty problem, but I'm here for it. And I'm hoping that Inuyasha matures at some point because he's a big baby. He's a cute baby, but he's a
He's a
big
cute baby. Yeah.
And I'm hoping that somehow this stuff doesn't crawl into the like the real world. I'm like I have so many
Right.
like hopes and dreams. But I really like it so far. It has my attention.
Good.
And we're gonna get through all 56 episodes of every season. And it's gonna be a situation. Thank you for the set talk.
I love it. I love it.
Yes,
So thoughts, Tess? Without spoiling,
No, I'm
anything.
not spoiling. You're on episode 11. Like, no, I'm not spoiling nothing. Like, keep watching. It is an adventure. It is. That's what the show is. It's a great adventure. I think that the show does that so well. Like it pulls you in and it gives you your core characters, and then you follow them around as they literally get into shenanigans all day long.
Yeah.
And then these other people pop up, and Sesshomaru Bay. He is my child's father, and he has not paid one bit of child support.
You the pappy.
You the pappy.
It's okay, because that's how I feel about Gum's dad. Jane, I don't care. I need a piece. Listen, baby daddy material. He's a terrible father.
He's horrible.
No, he's fire in bed.
Oh my gosh. Between him and I think Baki's father, they're the worst fathers in like forget Goku. Goku is a saint compared to bruh. Like
but
this nigga.
Terrible.
Like, anyways. I love it. Oh my gosh. But no, I always enjoyed that show. The horror aspects of that show and the silliness of it. I like the contrast because they'll be serious and like you always kind of have that in anime where they'll have like the chibi moment, kids get big and all this other stuff. But I feel like they didn't even do that so much. It's more so like when she's telling him to sit and he like falls over and stuff like that. And it adds a bit of levity to a show that can be very dark at times.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what's going on.
It is.
And it was also one of the shows on Cartoon Network when they had the, Adult Swim and stuff like that actually went through. Because Tess, we've talked about this, how Cartoon Network would like start a season and then just stop mid-season. Or like in the case of some of the Gundam would like start a new season of another Gundam show in the middle. Yeah. Like totally lost. Whereas this particular show, they actually went through the whole thing. And I was like, oh, I can finish this. Dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, solid show. I'm a big fan. Though I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
But I do have fond memories of it.
Yeah.
And not for the reasons you do.
I just, when my child needs to see her father and when she needs to see who she resembles, I hold her up to the screen. Unfortunately, she's now lost her eyesight, so she can't even see her father anymore.
Listen.
And that's his fault for being the kind of person that he is. I mean, he's just so
Mind you, everyone, she's talking about a dog. Just to let you know. She's not talking about an actual child.
I stopped laughing. I was like, damn, our baby done lost her son. I was like, I'm going to pray when I get up in here. I'm like, I got to look like sad a little bit because I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. But dogs are babies too. Yes.
Yeah, she's my fur baby.
I was like, how that sounds real.
I know.
We should not be focused on anime at this point.
I'm like, we got to play some Feed the Children music. I felt bad for real. I was like, oh, Lord, thank you for my son and that he could see. And Lord, listen, could have been me, Lord, but you saw fit for me to see another day. Hallelujah.
Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. So you've been on a anime kick for a little bit. But you were saying that you hadn't seen, I guess, a lot of the older anime.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So have you been watching? You've been watching mostly the newer shonen stuff, then.
So like I said, I think I've probably seen in entirety probably 9 all together, and but it's because I've fallen in love with them so hard. I feel like, and that's the thing too about gatekeeping. I'm like, you ain't gotta have seen all the big dog stuff for you to be like, I'm an anime fan. Like I love it. And I really started watching it heavy probably about 4 years ago. And like I said, it was Elfen Lied. I was like, oh, I'm like, that was my very first one. I was like,
Elfen Lied was your first one?
That was my first one. And
that's
I was
crazy,
like,
right?
I need another piece. So I was like, well, give me something that's like that. Then I watched Dead Man Wonderland. I was like,
I
I
haven't seen
think
that
they
one.
might have me. And then my dad was like, just watch Death Note. It was it after that. It was
Well, yeah,
I
Death
watched Death Note in 2 days. I was like, oh, that. But the crazy part is, right after that, I think I did Assassination Classroom after that. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, and then I did My Hero, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is so cute and it's so fun. And I cried on the movies. I mean, and
Mhm.
then in the middle of that, I did Hunter x Hunter. Bawled my eyes out on the last 5 minutes of the very last episode is worth every 12
Mhm.
years of that Chimera and 12. Oh, it was worth it. So I did that, and then between that, I did this one called Devil's Line. Oh my god, I thought that was chef's kiss. It's
I
like a
haven't seen it.
vampire one. Oh, it was just. It's very grown up. It is not for children. It's so
Yeah.
grown up. It's almost, but it's
Right.
not. Okay, but it's really really good though.
That's
So
like
I've done.
G.A.M.E.
I'm into like really gory romance, like
Mhm.
action. So it's and I've gone down that line. I've done Tokyo Revengers. I'm in the middle of it because it's like
Fire.
Mhm.
I like that so bad. I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm like, I need him to be able to Takamichi. I need you to get together and I need you to figure it out. I need you to save Bay because I just love it. And I think, I did Demon Slayer, which to me, okay, this is going to be a wild opinion. I feel like Demon Slayer has the potential to be like the best anime that's come out in like a very long time.
Wow.
I think it is chef's kiss. I feel like
Mm.
the animation is fire, the story is fire, and then like the last few episodes always be worth tying up. Now, mind you, Tanjiro be getting his beat, but if he come back in the end, the Lord just decides to give him a little bit of strength, and I think Demon Slayer is real good. So I said all that to say yes. Like I've
Yeah.
only seen a few. And I've done Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't seen the new stuff. I haven't seen the manga. Blah, 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 blah. So I've been trying to avoid it like the plague, even though people post and I know stuff that's happened.
Yes,
But I'm gonna
yes.
act like the writers made a mistake and they made to do that. Okay, that was a oopsie. They spilled the ink on the table. So
Yes.
that's that. I'm on my journey. So I was like, you know what? I gotta watch everything else like everybody else because I've never seen Inuyasha. I've never seen a lick of Dragon Ball Z. I just know Trunks' outfit looked cool to me. I got like 3 sweatshirts. I don't know who's who. Everybody looked like Goku to me. They all got the same hairstyle.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know who's up. I don't know who does the Kami Hami who. None of that. None of it. I think what you call it. I haven't seen Bleach. None of it. None of it.
Okay.
So I'm like, so I want to be able to. My goal is to indulge as much as I can by DreamCon because I want to make it to DreamCon. That is my big thing, and I want to be able to be like, "Hi, I know that cosplay, and I want to out cosplay all of you guys." That's my plan. So because when I dress up, I come to play.
Yeah.
I come to really really gag, and I'm excited to do that. So yes, long story short, yes, I'm on my anime journey, and
nice.
I just love it, and I'm getting ready to get my first anime tattoo in December.
Oh,
I
nice.
cannot wait. It is going to be the freshest thing anyone's ever seen. Because I've also seen Attack on Titan, but I kind of got lost in the end like of the third season. So I was like, because I don't know who's morally or is it a play? I gotta watch it again.
Don't worry. And just wait until the rest of it comes out.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm like, long my baby daddy, he had already lost a finger and some eyes, but it's cool because your mouth still works. So I'm good. I still love Levi very bad.
Everybody loves Levi.
Yes.
Levi
so I'm gonna get an Attack on Titan tattoo, and I'm super, super stoked about that. So yeah.
Nice.
My cheeks hurt, man. Good night.
I know, right? I know.
No, y'all are a hoot. I love it here. I love it. I love it. I like that y'all know, like the person that you see on Twitter, like that's really who I am. So I'm like, I love that you guys are going to see me in real life, and y'all too. Y'all are lit.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I think no, this is dope though, because you have what's really dope about your journey into anime right now is the fact that you haven't seen everything, and so you can pick and choose from like the best of the best because it's all out there. Like anime that's stand the test of time that people like champion from the rooftops. You can be like, okay, I'll check that one out, and you can see the whole thing. You don't have to wait this weekly stuff. Like I'm catching up on Bleach, and I got to a point, and it just stopped, and I have to wait till Saturday, and I feel like throwing something because I'm like, how you just gonna stop right there though? Like people just died. Like you just gonna stop right there? Like that's what we're doing? Like that's what's hot in the anime streets? No, fix it, fix it. Like that's not cool. And then like One Piece, like I've seen that's like over 1,000 episodes.
You seen them all?
It's I've except for the like few bits of filler, but yeah, I've seen them all, and mainly because I started watching One Piece way back with when it was on Cartoon Network, and
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't get into it. The first season's whack. I'm sorry, it just is.
Mhm.
But my friends were like, "You have to keep watching because it gets amazing," and I was like, "Fine." So then the pandemic hit, and I was like, "Perfect time to kind of
Mhm.
jump into this."
Mm-hmm.
And when I got past the first season, I did not stop. I just kept going because
Wow.
the writer he has a way of connecting everything from the
Mm-hmm.
first season to the end and
Mm-hmm.
go back and forth. So there's a character you might see, they might run into, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this person's kind of cool or whatever. Come to find out, he's such and such his father from way back when, and it's like a soap opera.
Oh, I
Like,
Mhm.
love
where did
it.
he come from? And then and then they'll do a flashback. And you're like, oh my god, I remember that guy, and like
Yeah.
amazing stuff. And so when you get to this point, there's a big fight that's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing everyone's faces after Luffy wins is like, this is mad emotional because it's thousands of
Yeah.
episodes up until this
Yeah.
Mhm.
point, and a lot of the story is very heartfelt. It's all about companionship and all this other stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
this might be the best anime I have ever seen off of
Wow.
sure like brute force.
Yeah.
You're
Like
gonna make me
we
want
gonna
to do
make
it.
sure that we got a good story. If it takes us however many
Wow.
episodes,
Yeah.
we gonna make sure.
I
And
love
they
it.
do a really good job. The fight's cool. They have a lot of cool characters. I love the entire cast of pirates that they have,
Mm-hmm.
and they also did a good job of building up their world. And
Mm.
so
Mhm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting to be in this place, even if you're not with Luffy and the gang. Just
Yeah.
being like, oh, there's like giant monsters over here, and like, oh, there's a place where you're not allowed to go, and there's a whole city in the clouds or whatever that people live in,
Mhm.
the cloud kingdom or
Wow.
whatever. Like just really cool things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the best. And I'm like waiting for the next episode, and I'm like, I just shouldn't because when I was
Let's
watching
do
it
it.
from the start, I
Mm-hmm.
just keep going because all the
Yeah.
episodes are out.
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
Now that
episodes.
I caught up, it's like, so I
It's
just
like
gotta
Candy
wait.
Crush. It's like, well, now what?
I
Like
just
we
gotta
get
wait.
to the
Yeah,
end,
like
it's like,
I just gotta
yeah.
wait. I don't even know what to do with myself. Like I guess I'll watch
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
I mean,
Something.
It's
oh,
always
and
like
also
that.
I couldn't I commend anybody for getting through Death Note. I could not finish it after such and such dies because
Wait. Wait. What?
You
I felt
gotta
like they
see what happens.
Wait.
fam. I felt like to me Death Note it was like Batman versus the Joker and they killed Batman. And I was like, how can you kill
But
Batman?
I'm telling you, but you
Wait.
gotta find out if the Joker wins or not. You
It just
got, oh my
But
it just
wait.
goodness.
killed me. It killed
Wait.
me.
How has it been all this time and I never did I forget this during the concussion phase that you didn't
I
watch?
think you did. I think you did. Because I watched all the way up until
What?
that point, all the way up until he dies, and I'm like,
Listen,
wait, they
you
really
got,
killed him? And so I
And
watched a
they
couple
really did.
episodes
Yeah, and they did.
afterwards,
yeah,
and I
I
was
said
like,
the same thing too.
Yeah.
how you gonna? Are you serious?
You
Dude, you can't kill
gotta
him.
Right.
Like,
see.
yeah,
That's
I was so disgusted.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
I'm
one of
I
those
was
telling
so
you.
angry.
questions. That's a
Yeah,
question that I have. Like, when it comes to writing, I know we're kind of nerding into this one, but
yeah.
when writers write and they have a fork, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're
Yeah,
sitting here and they know that their story can go two ways.
Yeah,
And I
mm,
wonder if they literally write both. Okay. And they say, they're like,
yeah.
this is what we need to happen, for this to happen, for this to have meaning, and for this ending to be this.
Mm-hmm.
This is extremely risk on this side is something very risky, but if I do
Yeah,
it right, it'll pay off.
yeah.
And that was one of those things where it's like, by
It
the way,
paid
kill this
off.
character that people love.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
so shocked. Like when because okay. As
yeah. We
anime
know.
watchers, as somebody who, we've
Mm-hmm.
been watching anime since we were kids.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yes,
anime has a formula. And you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Certain types of anime shown and all that, they have
Mm-hmm.
formulas. They follow
right,
this certain, and this is one of those ones where it's like, you can't win. The show will be over. We know it's like 26 episodes. So like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't kill him. So everybody always has in the back of their mind, they're like, oh my God, he could die. Oh my God, he could die. But in the forefront, you're like, he's not going to die because they can't kill him because they need to. It's like, hey, they won't kill Sean Bean. Like they paid a lot of
Yeah.
money for him. And then bye,
exactly.
Ned.
Yeah, it is
So-
giving Game of Thrones. It's yeah, yeah,
So,
It's like,
yeah.
how can you
yeah,
do that?
they were just
Right.
like, okay.
You gotta listen. The next time I talk to you, we listen. I need you to have seen the rest of it. I'm telling you, it's worth the watch because I said the same thing. I was like, I'll never watch this shit again.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it was so worth it. Everything comes kind of full circle, and you kind of will be, even though you'll be sitting like, but you know what? All right, like you'll be okay. You'll be able to sleep at night with the way things ended. You gotta finish it.
Oh my
You gotta finish
gosh.
it.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't want to like, I don't want to say anything else. I just want you to just finish
That's
it. I mean,
listen, because I ain't spoiling that. Listen, you gotta finish it. You
isn't
gotta
it just like 10 more, 14 more, 10 more episodes?
It's like
10 more
11,
episodes.
12, yeah, probably 10
after that.
and it's worth it. It's worth
Fam.
it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
You
I'ma
have
try.
to. I mean,
I was just so disgusted. Like,
do it for the vine. You are gonna do it.
do it for us. Like,
yes.
just
it for
do
Tess
it.
and B.
Come on, man. And then just
Like,
come
coming
back
off
and
of,
we have the
like-
conversation.
you think about like some of the anime
Part two.
was watching was like Cowboy Bebop and
I've never seen it
Samurai
either. That's
Champloo.
my
It's okay. You will.
yeah. That's
Yes.
that's the second one I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch. Once I'm done with Inuyasha,
You
between
will.
us and now everybody else, Cowboy Bebop's my second choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
fire anime, and just
Yeah.
watching, and so like being able to have that, and even and knowing what happens in that anime,
Mhm.
it's like even then I was like, man, I don't know if I can go back to Death Note. I'm gonna be angry. I can't
But
keep doing
you
this. We gotta have a good ending. We have a good, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that the show ended poorly, but I'm just saying like it was a bad time for me. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Right. Is what I'm saying. But
Believe
no,
me,
I
it
would
was-
definitely check that out.
Awesome.
I would definitely check that out. But yeah,
you
we
have to.
we have a lot of good recommendations when it comes to anime. And so we will definitely be shooting some of those your way. And DreamCon is hopefully all that works out, because I know we're supposed to have another COVID second COVID part 3 or whatever the case may be.
God.
And so but hopefully all that works out, that everybody will be great, and be able to hang out, because it's really what's cool about anime, and I'm sure this is with other fandoms, but it seems to bring people together in interesting ways.
Mhm.
Sometimes for evil, as the case with the people who were upset when I scored One Piece.
Oh my God.
Lord.
Fam, to this day, I have so many. I had to make like a new block list of all the people who were just
God.
angry at me. It's
Wow.
like, fam, you can love the show. You can love it. It's just an opinion. That's it.
Well, you don't want to hear my opinion on
Listen,
The Little
we gonna hear it
Mermaid.
next time. Next time we get on here, I want to hear it all, because I would let her do this again. We got to do this again. Because if I listen, I want to stay here all night with y'all.
I know.
can't, but can we do this again? When will
Facts.
I see you
Facts.
again? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, and we have to make it to your show as well.
Yes. Yes.
Before we close out, though, let everybody know where they can find you, and all your YouTubeables and social medias and all that.
Yes, I should have in the beginning, but I was too busy running my mouth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yes, you guys can find me at Snow_BLACCK on Twitter. That is my main, where I'm popping and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You can also find me on YouTube, The Nostalgia Queen. I am on Instagram, The Nostalgia Queen. I am on TikTok, _Nostalgia Queen. And I'm also on Spotify podcast. You can look me up at The Pretty Nerd Time Machine. I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Amazon Music. Wherever you can sit and listen to something awesome and cool, there you will find the God, the Queen. I will be there for you all as well.
Yes.
Listen, thank y'all so much. You can pull up anytime. I cannot wait to have y'all in the time machine, because we're going to be talking all types of cool stuff, because I have some burning throwback questions for the two of you, and I can't wait to chop it up with you guys in the time machine. It's going to be a situation and a good situation. Period. Pooh.
That's what's
Love
up.
it.
That's what's up.
Love
Shout out to
it.
everyone that hung out with us. That is our cast for today. If you're listening on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're up on all the new content. If you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, and wherever we are, please add us to your RSS feeds and follow us. Also, be sure to follow the Gamecast 1. We couldn't get the Gamecast, I know, because people just have it and they don't use it. I hate you all. But you can follow us
I
at
know.
the Gamecast 1, or you can just follow me, Kenny U of G, and Tess, Messy Tessie. Hermione, what's up?
And Hermione's here.
She can't see us, though, unfortunately.
I know. Say, Shomaru, it's your child.
Yes.
Again, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes.
And yes, be sure, now that the and one more thing before we go. Now that the strike is coming to a close, we may be having some more special guests, celebrity guests and
Awesome.
whatnot, because we had one in the tuck until they went on strike. I'm happy to say that
Mhm.
it looks like they got 90% of what they wanted, which is fire. So definitely
Good.
subscribe, because we're gonna have some dope guests on here in the future. All
Mhm.
right.
That's it.
Sounds groovy.
Honestly, thank you guys for being with us. Thank you, B, for
Yeah.
being with us. We know you're
You are
coming back.
so welcome. Oh, and Will, y'all stay lit, stay cool, and stay nostalgic. You squares, y'all know the deal.
That's what's up. Remember to wash your hands and your faces and your butts. Wear your masks and be kind.
In that order.
In that order.
'Cause if you do it the other way, you basically wash your butt with your face and wash your face with your crack.
Come on
Get
now.
it together, people.
Get it together or leave it alone.
Period.
All right,
You guys
everybody.
are awesome.
Bye-bye.